Santa Monica last Friday was forced to make an emergency landing after the pilot reported seeing smoke in the cockpit. An apparent electrical fire caused the chartered plane's cabin to fill with smoke, prompting the pilot to divert to the Denver airport, where they landed and were met by emergency crews. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and understandably, husband relieved Mitt Romney spoke about the ordeal on Saturday at a Beverly Hills fundraiser and offered his unique take on aircraft safety. I appreciate the fact that she is on the ground safe and sound, and I don't think that she knows just how worried some of us were. When you have a fire in an aircraft, there's no place to go. Exactly, there's no, and you can't find any oxygen from outside the aircraft to get in the aircraft because the windows don't open. I don't know why they don't do that. It's a real problem. Now, in the grand scheme of the campaign, this is not anywhere near a big deal, but he said it. So we'd like to point out a couple of things. First, anyone who has ever flown commercially knows that the cabins are pressurized. It's covered in that whole safety thing before you take off. And in corporate aircraft, they're pressurized too. You know, when the flight attendant comes on and tells you all about the oxygen masks. Second, almost every sixth grader learns about the atmosphere. There's very little oxygen cruising at the altitude of a jet. And last but not least, the jet Ann Romney was on flies at about 5,500 miles per hour at probably about 40,000 feet. Any clue what happens to stuff inside a plane going that fast with the windows open? Now, you have to remember, this is coming from a guy who swears his dog Samus had a great time strapped to the roof of his car for a 12-hour drive. But this is also the man running for the presidency of the United States. You be the judge. Ever thought you wanted to open up the windows on an aircraft at 30,000 feet? A little lower. I don't think so. And Mitt Romney says that's a problem. He doesn't know why they don't do that. That's a problem. This guy wants to have authority over the Federal Aviation Administration. Tonight in our survey, I asked you, do you think Mitt Romney paid his fair share of taxes? 4% of you said yes, 96% of you said no.